So you're feeling it again, aren't you? This kind of quiet pulse of something that is unresolved in your life. But this time it's not anxiety. It's more like a feeling of recognition almost. So there's a this familiar hum in your energy, like a song that you used to know by heart. And you've done your healing, you've moved forward, but something in the air has been whispering to you lately and pulling your attention toward a person that you thought you were done thinking about. And that's what we're going to be talking about today in this reading. And with the help of our cards, we're going to see kind of exactly what's going on with you today. So you thought you were done thinking about somebody, but you're not. And I just want you to know that's not regression. It's different this time. It's it's judgment for you, and it's the judgment's energy that's stirring around. It's a call from the universe saying you've grown enough to see this differently now. And it's the feeling of old conversations resurfacing in your mind. So a moment of deja vu when you catch a scent, a sound, a memory, and suddenly you're standing in the same emotional space, but with new eyes. So let's turn around our next two cards here. So we have the Six of Cups and the World. So our three card spread today is Judgment, Six of Cups, and the World. So the universe isn't trying to throw you backwards. It's offering you the final round of clarity before a major graduation for you. And that's what today's energy is. It's closure that finally feels clean. So I want to welcome you back to Fate Brew Tarot. And today's reading is going to throw you right into this emotional stratosphere. And if you're new here, the ritual is to shuffle and sip. So grab your favorite beverage, breathe, and trust whatever comes through is meant to land. This is the corner of the internet where spirituality meets storytelling and intuition sounds like a late night voice note from the universe itself. So the energetic weather right now feels heavy but gentle, like rain on the edge of a sunset. And the storm that you've been in, it's already passed, but the air still remembers it. It's still lingering a little bit. So you've done the work, you've cried, you've journaled, you've walked away, you've tried to distract yourself, and yet there's this kind of tug at you. So the obstacle isn't that you miss them, it's that your energy remembers a conversation that never found a resolution. And deep down your spirit knows that silence was never the ending. It was a pause before the truth could finally make sense for you. So let's zoom into the moment that spirit keeps replaying. So I want you to imagine this like a movie scene. You're sitting at your desk late at night, a cedarwood candle is burning low beside you, and its scent is grounding, sharp, and warm. And the wax pools at the center like liquid amber. And outside you hear this low rumble of a pickup truck passing down your street. And maybe it's the same model that they used to drive. Maybe it's just a coincidence. But your heart kind of stutters for a second. It's this half-second pause where energy recognizes energy. And maybe on a shelf near you, something catches your eye. The thing from that old trip that you went on with them that still somehow you've kept all these years. And then it happens. This song starts playing, and you know the song. That song that once felt like your entire relationship wrapped into 4 minutes of sound. But the lyrics, they hit differently now, though. They don't really ache anymore. They just kind of make sense. And you breathe out, and in that breath, you feel something lifting, something releasing. And that for you is the world stepping in. It's the closing credits to a story that you thought ended long ago, but never really got its final scene. And what's wild is that for many of you, this isn't about romantic reunion, it's about recognition. So the judgment comes first, asking you to look back, not to reopen the wound, but to see it through healed eyes. And the world follows, bringing that sense of full circle peace. And together they mark the end of an emotional cycle that once defined you. And right in between them, though, you can almost feel the tender presence of the Six of Cups, this nostalgic, golden energy that holds space for love that was real, even if it couldn't last. So it's not about forgetting what happened, it's about softening the edges of how you remember it. So the person on the other side of this connection feels that too. Whether you realize it or not, they've been revisiting these moments. And for some, they've literally gone back and reread the old messages. And for others, it's been flashes of you showing up in dreams or conversations that remind them of what was left unsaid. So they've changed, but not in the way that you might expect. Judgment is in their field as well. It's bringing up guilt, reflection, and this quiet awareness of how their actions shaped the distance. And it's almost like they're standing at a spiritual crossroads. They're realizing that they can't rewrite the past, but they're still craving like a sense of peace with it. And that's why this energy right now is feeling so restless. Both sides are orbiting the same memory, but neither really knows how to touch it without reigniting the pain. And that's where the universe is stepping in for you. When you feel these sudden surges of memory, when you catch yourself thinking of them out of nowhere, when you dream about them after months of quiet, it's because the energetic link is being rerouted, not reattached. So the connection between you two, it's not reopening, but it's resolving. So let's talk about some of the signs, because Spirit has been dropping them like breadcrumbs here. And the flickering candle that moves even when the air's still, their truck that appeared twice in one day, that old song showing up in a random playlist or a commercial, even that souvenir you bought from a trip together. All of this might crack or spill for someone watching this, marking the exact moment your energy lets go of what's been sealed too long. These are not coincidences. They're confirmations that the world energy is completing the cycle. It's ushering you into closure that you no longer need to chase. So the next 30 days for you, they carry motion. And for some, it's literal, like an incoming message or a small but meaningful gesture from this person. You know, it could be something brief, something simple, almost anticlimactic at first glance, but powerful in what it symbolizes. And for others, it's internal. It's this sudden realization that you're no longer waiting, you're no longer hoping, you no longer need to decode the signs. You simply feel neutral and peaceful. And that neutrality is your graduation into the world. It's not emotional detachment, it's emotional mastery. So here's something tangible you can do with all of this energy. And I'm going to call it the 3-night Sats loop. And it's gentle enough to do right before bed. So for the next 3 nights, as you drift off, I want you to imagine a short 5-second loop of calm communication. So picture your phone lighting up with a message that brings peace. And no adrenaline, no panic, just a quiet, nice peace. And I want you to see yourself smiling softly and responding from this grounded, steady place. I want you to feel the tension in your shoulders dissolve and hear the calm in your own voice. Loop that image until you fall asleep. And with this, you're not forcing an outcome, you're teaching your nervous system that what emotional safety feels like. And that's where manifestation actually begins. It's not in this fantasy of reunion, but in the reclamation of peace. And the universe responds to your state, not your words. So when you embody the calm, the external world mirrors it back to you. And that's judgment right here, integrating its lesson. It's awareness without attachment. And now I want you to fast forward 30 days, Picture yourself going through your routine, making coffee, scrolling on your phone, getting ready for your day, and realizing that the energy around this person feels lighter now. Maybe they've reached out, maybe they haven't. But either way, you're okay. The ache is gone, and you remember them, but it's gentle now. It's like a song that you used to love once, but you no longer need to play it on repeat. And that's the Six of Cup here in its highest form. It's nostalgia without pain, remembering with love, but not longing for it. And you'll notice how your energy is shifting with this. Conversations are going to flow easier, you laugh more freely, and the world around you feels brighter. Like color has quietly returned to your day-to-day life. And that's the world emotion here. Your timeline is expanding now that you're no longer looping the past. And from that space, something beautiful always opens up. And that's new connections that match your healed energy. It's new opportunities. And it's even small joys that feel bigger than they used to. So if this message found you in perfect timing, drop your sign in the comments. And I mean the literal one, the specific, oddly personal sign that hit you while listening. Maybe it was that candle flicker. Maybe it was the truck driving down the street. Maybe it was that song or that souvenir. And the more of you who share, the stronger this collective web will become. So every comment here acts like a mirror. It's reflecting the synchronicities back into the field, sharpening future readings for our whole community. And that's what I love about this space. We don't just listen, we co-create, even if not intentionally. So now take a deep breath with me before we close. Inhale slow and deep, and exhale the old energy that's been sitting in your chest. You've faced your judgment, you've embraced the world, and you've softened through the Six of Cups. You're no longer waiting for proof that you've healed. You are the proof. You're no longer haunted by silence. You're comforted by your own voice. And you're no longer seeking closure. You're living it. So let this be your affirmation tonight. I am free from repeating the same story. I honor what was without needing it back. I trust what's meant for me will always find me in peace and not in pain. And I release the echo and I choose the calm. And that's the message for tonight, my friend. The past came knocking, and not to pull you backward, but to hand you your final diploma. And you've graduated from this old energy, and the next chapter opens with lightness, ease, and a heart that finally understands why things had to unfold the way they did. So I want you to be proud of yourself for what you've done and how far you've come. So until next time, this has been your Sprinkle of Fate.